Aloha. My name is Nick Sexton. I'm filling in for Jay Fidel today on the Aloha United We Stand series, where we highlight some of the wonderful entities who are supported by AUW and help to keep our community going. With me this afternoon, we have Judith Clark. She's the Executive Director of Hawaii Youth Services Network, and we are entitling this show, Working Together to Prevent Teen Pregnancy. Welcome to the show, Judith.
It's very nice to be here to talk about such an important subject.
It really is, it really is. And you know, at first I want to just kind of start by asking a little bit about your bio. How did you first get really acquainted with the subject? How did you get interested enough into it to turn it into your main work in your lifetime?
Hawaii Youth Services Network is a statewide coalition of youth-serving organizations and a Pacific Islands Training and Technical Assistance Center. We deal with a wide range of youth issues such as homelessness, bullying prevention, juvenile justice, and foster care. And we've been working in the area of teen pregnancy and sexually transmitted infection prevention for the last 10 years. Hawaii ranks 10th in the rate of teen pregnancies in the United States, so we have a lot of work to do.
Sounds like it. So you mentioned that Hawaii Youth Services Network does a lot more than just the teen pregnancy and STI prevention. Can you talk a little bit about those sorts of services?
Right. We don't actually work directly with youth. Our job is to help youth agencies be more effective and efficient in what they do. So we provide a lot of professional training for youth workers, everywhere from the entry-level outreach worker all the way up to the executives and board members. We help youth agencies put together partnerships and collaborations. We do that primarily with federal funding, and this year we brought over $1.7 million in federal funding into our state. In addition to that, we're a membership organization, and we take all of the information that our members share with us about the needs in the communities and the populations they serve and how well those needs are being met. And we bring those unmet needs to the attention of public policymakers and funders to ensure that young people and their families have the resources they need to grow and thrive.
Wonderful. Wow. So it sounds like you guys are really a wonderful resource for a lot of different entities out there who are looking to help for the common good. And
we're the behind-the-scenes players that help organizations like Catholic Charities and Child and Family Service and domestic violence programs, a whole wide range of agencies do the work that they are expert at to meet the needs in our communities.
Okay, well, wonderful. And can you tell me a little bit about your relationship with Aloha United Way?
We are an Aloha United Way partner agency. We receive some funding through the United Way and the combined federal campaign when people choose to designate their contributions to us. Those United Way contributions make up a small but very critical part of our budget because it provides the essential non-federal matching funds that we need to provide to bring that $1.7 million in federal money to Hawaii.
Wow, so they're really, so once that level of federal funds kind of begins to waste away, they're the second in line there for you guys, and they really facilitate all these wonderful things that you do because you guys support them.
For every dollar in United Way funds that we receive, we can get up to $10 in federal monies.
Wow. So they also kind of unlock that federal door a little bit.
They really do.
Wow. Well, thank you, AUW. You guys are really doing a great job for the Hawaii Youth Services Network and all of the other entities that Hawaii Youth Services Network supports. Okay, so let's...
Thank you, United Way.
So let's hear a little bit about you now. How did you get involved with the Hawaii Youth Services Network? How long have you been working for that?
I've been working in health and human services, primarily for nonprofits, all of my career. I became the executive director of Hawaii Youth Services Network 15 years ago. And I'm still there because in many ways it's been my dream job. I get to do the things that I'm passionate about. I get to make a difference in people's lives. And I help make sure that the money that we spend on health and human services is used efficiently and effectively to really meet the needs of the people on Oahu and on all the neighbor islands as well.
Do you guys do a lot of neighbor island work?
We do. We're actually going over to we're doing a workshop at the end of this month on building sustainable programs on Oahu, and we will be repeating that workshop on Maui, Kauai, and the Big Island in October and November.
Okay.
In addition to that, we use some of our funding so that when we don't take the workshops around to different islands, we can provide travel scholarships for our member agencies to come to Oahu for those important training programs. Most agencies have very limited funds for training. Their money goes out to the direct services to needy people. But in order to provide good services, you need well-trained staff and volunteers, and we make sure that that happens.
Wow, so it sounds like you guys are really kind of the keystone in the health and social services just network across the state. That's really wonderful.
There really isn't anybody else who is filling our niche. Another area that we've gotten heavily involved with is adapting evidence-based programs and curricula to be more culturally relevant for Hawaii's youth. When our young people see videos and materials that are created on the mainland and all the people in them are black and white and they're wearing heavy sweaters and going to ice skating rinks, that just doesn't resonate with our youth. And they say things like, they don't look like us, they don't talk like us, nothing's familiar. Why do I need to pay attention to this? How does it relate to me? And so we've made a real effort to create materials that are medically accurate, age appropriate, and very importantly, have a familiar culture for our young people and their families. And we find that when our youth use these materials, they're much more engaged and interested, which means they're much more likely to retain the content of what we're trying to teach them.
Definitely, it's a real situation to them, right? It's culturally accurate. It's the local style, and I mean, that would hit home to me a lot more. And I think that's wonderful that you guys are getting out there and really tweaking that to fit our unique culture here, because that's a big thing.
And with the videos that we do, we follow our strong commitment to positive youth development. We partner with a video production company that makes the commitment to involve youth in key roles in the production and editing crews, not just as actors. And they add so much richness to the productions that we do because they know what really resonates with teens and how young people act these days. And frankly, it's been a long time since I was a teenager. I need input from those youth, and they do a fantastic job. We're going to be showing one of the videos we made during this program, and you'll be able to see for yourself.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. It sounds like it's a great, comprehensive, just collection of youth who are helping out their community by creating something that's relevant for their peers. And how do you go about recruiting those young videographers who are going to?
Well, when we are ready to do a production, we send out information via a variety of venues. We have our own email list of about 1,500 people. Aloha United Way has been very good about sending this opportunity out to the organizations and individuals on their lists. We also send it out to acting programs and modeling schools and to the theaters to make it as widely known as possible. And then we hold auditions for the actors, and we find locations, and people have been very generous at providing us with shooting locations at no cost. And then after the shooting is done, the youth, with a leavening of adult crew to professional crew to ensure good quality, do the editing, and then we debut it and make it available to a wide variety of organizations and schools that need to educate young people to make healthy decisions about their sexual health.
Wonderful. So the Hawaii Youth Services Network, really, you guys really get to utilize your network when it comes to creating those high quality,
really do.
very relevant videos.
On the video that you are going to be seeing shortly, one of our camera operators celebrated his 13th birthday on the set. And
wonderful.
he told his mother that his mother told him he could do anything he wanted on his birthday, and he was like, this is what I want to do. And we're very proud of him and all of the other young people who contributed.
Wow, so he's doing something he loves and making a great tangible video for the community. Okay, so let's get into this teen pregnancy thing for a little bit, because our title is today, Working Together to Prevent Teen Pregnancy. And so I've been told, and I'm quickly learning that is a big part of what you guys do at the Hawaii Youth Services Network. Can you tell me a little bit about the programs that you have?
Okay, well, for the last 5 years, we've been using federal money from the Office of Adolescent Health to replicate evidence-based programs in Hawaii. So we have 10 partner agencies on 4 islands who do the direct education with youth in a variety of settings. Some of them are working in public schools, some in private schools, some in after-school community-based programs, and even youth in out-of-home care, such as foster care, because those youth are at particularly high risk. And we know that there are huge consequences when teens become parents. They themselves are less likely to graduate from high school. At age 22, only half of teen mothers have graduated from high school, compared to 90% of their peers who did not get pregnant as teens. They are much more likely to live in poverty. 80% of teen mothers receive TANF benefits, temporary assistance to needy families benefits, in the 10 years following the birth of the child. These are huge costs to Hawaii's taxpayers. Teen childbearing costs Hawaii's taxpayers $37 million a year, 70% of it in state and local costs. Now, that's not just the cost of medical care during the pregnancy and immediately after. It's all the consequences to society, because the children of those teen parents have a lot of challenges themselves. They themselves are less likely to graduate from high school. They fare more poorly on standardized tests of reading and math. They have a higher rate of emergency room visits. And they are more likely to be victims of abuse and neglect, because their parents were not ready to be parents when they gave birth. And if we prevent those pregnancies, that money can go for many other much more positive causes to make Hawaii a great state, to ensure that it is a good place for our young people to live and go to school and to eventually grow up and work and give back to their communities. And we find that when young people go through sex education programs, they tell us, I am not ready to have sex now that I realize how complicated it is, how it could keep me from achieving my goals and dreams, that I want to be a veterinarian or a teacher, and if I get pregnant, I'm not going to be able to go to college and do those things.
Absolutely, and that just kind of starts with the statistic that you read off right there, where an individual who experiences a teen pregnancy while in high school, their likelihood of graduating drops by 40%, right? And I mean, you can kind of see how obviously the social costs and the financial costs are just going to begin to snowball from there if you can't, get your high school education, and then you cannot have the time to further your educational knowledge or go out there and get, a job to support yourself because you're taking care of your child all the time.
And people in Hawaii think it's important to teach young people about sexual health. In a survey conducted by SMS Research, 97% said it was important for schools to include sexual health in their curriculum. And they believe it's important for parents to talk to their children about sexual health, because schools are good at teaching skills, but it's up to parents to talk about what's right or wrong. But only 50% of the parents in the survey felt that they were ready to talk to their children about sex. So one of the things that we do is parent education programs as well.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that you guys can't always control, because you can't be, right behind the parent, kind of pestering them in the behind, saying, you better talk to your kids about that. That's an uncomfortable thing for a lot of people to go about, and even though that you guys can give them the tools to do a great job communicating that to their child,
if you teach them about what's appropriate to talk about at different ages, how do you respond when your child asks you about something that they saw on a television show? Or they ask you awkward questions about what did you do when you were a teenager, Mom?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The more we prepare parents, the more likely they are to talk to their children. And frankly, having a trusted adult that you can talk to with your sexual health questions is one of the strongest protective factors to prevent unplanned pregnancies in teens.
And you can't always control what those parents are going to say, but what you can control is the media and content that you can show their children in the classroom about sexual education and what to do in some potentially scary, potentially unknown situations. And as you mentioned earlier, you've put together some wonderful video content filmed by local students, for local students. We're going to show you a clip right now. Not really a clip, it's more a full video.
But full 15-minute video.
Full 15-minute video. So stay tuned. When we come back, we're going to see the hard way Pacific region. Once again, this is my guest, Judith Clark. She's the Executive Director at the Hawaii Youth Services Network, and we are on Aloha United We Stand.
Now today I want to talk about our health. The Cutmaster wants to talk about this unprotected sex thing. I mean, we got to get healthy. We got to protect ourselves and each other. So I want you to get up, get out, and get yourself tested. It's simple, it's free, and it's important. Get your status today. It is HIV testing all day with the Cutmaster in the...
Hey, Leilani, baby. Just lying here thinking about you. So, are we gonna meet at our usual spot today? Oh, surprise! You have a surprise for me? Oh wait, hold on with us. Hey, Jasmine, baby. Just lying here thinking about you. Oh, but I gotta study tonight. Baby, duty calls. Yeah, I'll call you later. Alright. Hey, Leilani. Sorry, you know my mom. Hey, so, you have a surprise for me?
Morning, Auntie. Is he ready?
He's just getting out of bed. Want some toast?
Yeah, sure.
Kalani, Nick is here.
Nah.
Auntie, I think that's your phone.
Is that my phone?
Yeah.
Hello. Good morning, Mr. Kimura. I see. No, I did not know that. I understand. He's not going to miss class again. I'm definitely going to talk to him. Yes, okay. Thanks for calling.
Yo, what up, Nick? You ready? Right.
Yeah.
Why weren't you in math class yesterday?
Mom, I'm gonna be late. I gotta go.
You brought home a C on your last English test, your best subject. You said you were doing fine.
I gotta go, Mom.
And why are you coming home late every night? Is everything okay?
Yeah, he's fine.
Okay, you can go.
Okay.
But I want you to come home right after school. Do you hear me?
I'm going to Nick's house after to study.
You better not be lying to me.
For those of you that need an HIV refresher, listen up. Don't share needles and don't have sex, and you don't have to worry. Now, for those of you with a little romance in your life, the good news is condoms are your best bet. Whether it's latex or polyurethane, using them correctly and consistently will help protect against HIV and other STIs caused by fluids. Now, you have to use them every time, so get yourself protected and get yourself tested today, because Cutmaster, I'm getting myself tested right now.
Man, I hate lying to your mom.
Brian, no worries about my mom. We're all good.
Alright.
Yeah, I'll catch you after, yeah?
Okay, shoots.
Hey, you.
Hey, you know I always show up.
I know, babe. I can trust you.
So, what was that surprise?
Well, you know that concert that you've been talking about?
Yeah?
Who is it? Go ahead, answer it.
You know I'd rather talk to you.
Oh, well, I got us tickets for Saturday night.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're the best.
Bro, your phone's gonna explode.
Man, that's why I keep a spare, don't you know? Hey, you gotta get with some chicks, bro.
And you need to get with this math test. Camara's already calling your house, man.
Man, I don't really care.
Besides, I got a chick. One chick.
Yeah, oh.
Hey, baby.
Hey, babe.
Hi, Kalani.
What's up, girl? Man, that's you. Me? I'm a growing boy with an appetite. Yo, check it out. Yo, I think I'll catch you later.
Alright. Hey, are you gonna swing by the house? I'll be back by 4.
Yeah, I'll catch you.
Alright.
Later.
What's up?
Hey, brother, come on in.
Oh, my favorite sister.
Hi, thanks for coming.
Yeah, anytime.
It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Let's have a seat.
Hey, so what's up?
I really need your help. Kalani, he's been acting. He reminds me of his father. I think you should have a talk with your nephew.
You want me to talk to Kalani tonight?
Yes, and I think it's time you give him this.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, so I hit the big 1-8 tomorrow. Wanna come celebrate? Catch a movie or just eat something with the brothers?
Oh, I'm supposed to hang with Monique and Jasmine tomorrow. What movie are you gonna see?
Oh, I see how it is. Don't have time for her brother's birthday.
Wait, hold on. I got a call. Hey, baby. Wait, I'm on a call right now. Can I call you right back? Yeah.
Dude, your mom thinks you're studying math, and you're over there thinking you're the man.
Yeah, I'll call you back. Dude, what do you mean you think? I am the man. Wait, try listen to this.
Kalani, I'm at school waiting for you. If you don't come in 5 minutes, I'm leaving. See you at lunch. Bye. Oh, this is my mom.
You need to start picking up the phone. It's Jasmine. I'm thinking about you. Call me, okay?
Ooh. Still doubting my status?
Yeah, your HIV status. As many girls as you talk to, you should doubt it too, bro.
Dude, I'm not having sex with all of them. It's like, I like the ladies and they like me.
Yeah, and are the ladies gonna help you with math? Anyways, so what about the movie? Are you gonna come tomorrow or what?
Yeah, sounds good. Hey, can I borrow some condoms?
Why don't you ask one of your girlfriends? That's who you spend all your time with.
Brad, just let me borrow some rubbers. You know I'll pay you back.
I don't got them, because I don't need them. Kayla's on the pill.
What? You know you still need them, bruh. Like, come on, it's diseases. HIVs, STDs, herpes.
Diseases? What are you trying to say about my girl? It's just me and Kayla.
No, I'm not talking against you or your girl. It's like, yeah, you still gotta play it safe. Like, you still have to worry.
You gotta worry about who you've been with and how you put yourself out there.
What?
Do you use protection every time? Do you? I didn't think so. Well, it's time for you to bounce. Bye, ladies here.
Oh, how's it all go?
Hey, boy. How's it?
Good, good.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, how's that way? Oh, that's a meaning.
Yeah.
Shack there. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Hey,
man.
when was the last time you went out?
Nah, I've been busy. Shack.
Izzy?
Yep.
What, you get girlfriend?
Yep, I get like 5, bro. What,
That's
what?
not a good thing, bro.
Why? Think I can get more? Like 7.
Oh, wow. You know what?
Can you know?
I know you're trying to have fun, have a good time,
Yeah, you
and
know
be the
that.
man, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what's wrong with that?
I wasn't sure when would be the best time to tell you this.
What?
But you know what? Your father never died of heart failure.
What? What you talking about?
He died of AIDS, boy.
Nah, dude. You lying, bro.
I'm
You're
sorry.
lying.
I'm sorry. It's the truth.
No, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah? You're doing the same thing your father used to do.
What?
And you know what? He wasn't using protection.
I didn't say I was having sex with them.
Kalani, are you?
Why should I believe you?
Why? Because I love your dad with all my heart. And you know what? I love you too. I don't want the same thing to happen to you. Kalani. Here, take this and read that. Listen to me. You can be better than your father. Think about it.
Good morning. Please fill out this form completely and have a seat in the waiting room. We'll see you in the clinic in a few minutes.
Mr. Ramos, I have bad news for you.
Oh, you.
What's up, man?
What's up, yeah? Hey, happy birthday, yeah?
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, jeez.
So how you doing?
Man, I'm super nervous.
Yeah, me too. Just got tested. Good luck, man.
Nah.
Nah.
Nick, Kalani, would you come up here, please? your test results are ready. If you'll just go right down the hall, you can get them right away.
Well, what are your results?
Negative.
Oh, thank God. What's wrong? Oh, Nick, honey, I'm so sorry.
Aloha, I'm Nick Sexton. You were just watching the Hard Way, the Pacific region. That's a video about sexual education put on by the Hawaii Youth Network, the Hawaii Youth Services Network, excuse me, and local teenagers, for local teenagers, to learn a little bit about the sexual education that they need to know. I'm here with Judith Clark, the Executive Director of the Hawaii Youth Services Network, and we're going to continue discussing this extremely important but also challenging topic of teen pregnancy and what these kids need to know, because there's a serious downstream cost to decisions that can be made sometimes without all of the necessary information very early on in life. So, I now wanted to ask a little bit about where does our state stand in the national scheme of teen pregnancy?
Well, we rank 10th in the rate of teen pregnancies in the United States, at least partly because our young people don't have consistent access to sexual health education, either at school or at home. While most parents feel it's important to talk to their children about sex, many of them feel uncomfortable doing that. They themselves did not get good education as young people, so they're not sure that they know all of the facts themselves. But I think the most important thing is for parents to make the effort to talk to their young people about sexual health, because, as I said before, when youth have a trusted adult they can go to with questions, it's a huge protective factor against unplanned pregnancies.
Definitely. I mean, like we just saw in the video, you guys showed a great situation of the story of Nick and Kalani, two individuals, good friends, who are on pretty different paths socially, but are essentially.
Both of them are at risk because they were not practicing safer sex or practicing abstinence.
And I thought that something that was very interesting is that you guys demonstrated a competent and capable adult, being Nick's uncle, Kalani's uncle,
Right.
telling him about the dangers that exist in his family and that exist in general about HIV and other sexually transmitted diseases by having unprotected sex as a minor, as a youth, you know.
As you can see from the video, having that conversation doesn't necessarily take a long time, but it does take adults who are willing to tackle the difficult issues and to talk frankly about risks and protection.
Okay, excellent. And I'm sure in various communities and different geographic areas of our state, you guys see big differences in the capability of adults to speak to their kids about this sometimes awkward topic. I mean, as well as the capability of the schools to do a good job getting out the right information.
In some of our public schools, young people are getting a good education with an evidence-based curriculum that's been adapted to be more culturally relevant for Hawaii. In other schools, they may get a token lesson or two in the health class. And we have middle and intermediate schools in our state that don't even offer a health education elective. So there are some young people where if their parents are not able to talk to them about this, they're getting their information from less reliable sources, off of the internet, from television programs, from their peers who may not have the accurate information themselves.
And so you guys are doing, I mean, I thought that video, you guys are doing a really great job of kind of incorporating the accurate information along with some cultural relevancy and also, you know, the added benefit of having a peer-produced video with peer, you know, created content to kind of just create this comprehensive picture for sexual education. And I also noticed there was a pretty good cameo of you in the video as well. Great job.
Well, that's true. We've kind of adopted it as a practice. In our first video, we had a scene that was filmed in my goat pasture, and one of my dogs walked onto the set, and we had Augie T. As an actor in there, and he improvised a line about, "Hey, does your dog need a condom?" And the next thing I know, the director is saying, "Can you do that again so we can film it properly?" And so I wound up in our first video. So then when we did The Hard Way and we were using the same production company, they said, "We've established a tradition. We have to find a role for you." So I wound up as the receptionist.
Wonderful. Combine comedic gold with great educational information
And
as well.
I can tell you that I have a clip from the filming showing this camera operator standing about 2 feet in front of my face, and I deliver my lines, and he looks at me and he says, "Do it again."
That's not good enough. Take 2, right?
Right.
There's no takes in our show, so no pressure here. Okay, so next I want to kind of cover, we were talking about a new policy that's being implemented by the Board of Education in our state regarding sexual education. Can you tell me a little bit about the changes?
Sure. The State Board of Education is engaged in a comprehensive review of all of their student policies, not just the one on sex education.
Okay.
They've also been looking at student discipline, about bilingual education, and a whole range of other topics. And in June, they passed a revision to the sexual health policy that will make it mandatory for schools to offer sexual health education to students. It will require that education to be age appropriate and medically accurate. It requires the schools to provide information and instruction about healthy relationships and about resources in the community that students can turn to for help. And it requires that parents be informed about the curriculum that their children will be exposed to. So the schools are expected to provide information about the content of the curriculum and to provide opportunities for parent content. And very importantly, the policy says that students will participate in this unless their parents always have the right to opt out of instruction. Any parent can choose to say in writing, "I do not want my child to participate in this class," and those wishes will be respected. So no child will be forced to go through a sex education class if they and their families object to it, but we will ensure that those young people who need and want sexual health education will have opportunities to learn about, not only about how you get pregnant or get a sexually transmitted infection, but to teach you the skills that you need to make good choices, decision making and negotiation and refusal skills. One of the things that we often find is that students will say to us, now I understand that it's okay to say no to sex if I'm not ready. And that's really scary to think that before they had this class, they thought that if somebody asked them, they had to have sex. Now they not only know that they can say no, but they have the skills to be able to say no in a safe way.
Definitely. I mean, if you kind of think about it as if their education was only social situation, social pressure, or what they had seen on the internet or television. I don't know, I can kind of understand how you could come to that conclusion that that's a totally normal thing and everyone's going to partake in it sometime. Why not as soon as somebody asks you, right? But it's important to kind of build that, like you were saying, comprehensive from the family side of things, the appropriate information side of things, the appropriate social situation side of things, and kind of let the student make their own decision about what is right when it comes to sexual encounters for them,
We find that when young people have the information they need, the skills they need to make good decisions, that many of them decide that they are not ready to have sex. They realize how complicated it is, how it could derail their goals and dreams of becoming a teacher or a veterinarian. And so by the end of a sex education class, we actually have more students who say, now I know I'm going to wait until I'm ready, and I'm not ready now.
That's wonderful. Giving them the information that they need to make a conscious,
Right.
personal decision. And I think that's the most important part. Now, how are you guys directly involved in creating that curriculum, or is it something that you guys kind of provide support for the education system?
There are many curricula out there that are considered evidence-based. So what we did was review the various programs that were available in the context of the Department of Education's policies on sex ed. We looked for a curriculum that was short enough that it would fit into a school schedule, because it doesn't do much good to teach only half of a curriculum.
Yeah, definitely.
We looked for curricula that hopefully had been evaluated with Asian and Pacific Islander youth. At that time, there were none that had been designed for use with that population. So we looked for ones where we could make small adaptations that didn't affect the medical accuracy of the curriculum, but made it more familiar and acceptable to Hawaii youth. And a lot of times that's as simple as changing the names and the setting in the role play. So instead of Jose and Maria, it's Kalani and Lonnie. And they're, standing on the beach instead of at the ice skating rink.
Totally, I saw those nice incorporation of the local atmosphere, kind of local culture as well. You see Nick come in, hi auntie, how are you? Like she gets to offer some food right away, really probably hits home to those people. Okay, so we're almost out of time. I just want to ask you, do you guys have any upcoming events, volunteer opportunities, ways to get involved, ways that individuals from our community can help you guys kind of really kickstart the Hawaii Services Youth Network? Because now's your chance to get it out there. The camera right there is.
Right. Well, I would like to invite all of you adults out there to be an askable adult, to be open to questions from young people about sex, to prepare yourselves to be your child's first and primary sex educator. Because it really is important for you to share your sense of what's right and wrong and your values with your children. And even though they sometimes don't act like they're listening to you, I can tell you that national surveys consistently rate parents as one of the most important and most believable sources of information about sexual health. So talk to your children, share with them what you think that they should do about the temptations and the risks that they are inevitably going to face as teenagers. Just as we teach our children how to cross the street safely, because we know that someday they are going to have to face the risks of traffic, we need to prepare our children to appropriately address the sexual health risks that they will be exposed to.
Wonderful. I love that analogy of just as you're going to have to teach your kid to look both ways across the street, one day they're going to have to cross that street and look out for those cars. One day they're also going to have to learn how to navigate the social situations that are going to be coming into play in sexual encounters. And that's very real. And so thank you so much today, Judith. Wonderful time talking to you. Certainly, I wasn't in middle school or high school that long ago, and the type of curriculum and education that you're spearheading sounds like it is much more comprehensive than what I experienced, and that's very exciting for the youth of Hawaii. So once again, my name is Nick Sexton. I'm the guest host on Aloha United We Stand. Our episode title today is Working Together to Prevent Teen Pregnancy. Judith Parker, the executive...
Clark.
I'm so sorry. Judith Clark, the executive director of the Hawaii Youth Services Network, is doing a great job doing so. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for letting me come on the show.